What up, Bucks fans? This is Michael Plus of Real Bucks Talk. Wanted to talk about the NFC South and where the Buccaneers stand as we get back into action against the Cleveland Browns coming up this week. So let's take a look at it. As you see here, Buccaneers in first place. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. Very nice. Even though it doesn't look pretty, obviously, 5-5, and then the next team, the Falcons, at 5-6. You have the Saints at 4-7 and the Panthers at 3-8. So when you look at it, you're like, well, the Buccaneers have a really good opportunity here to, control the division, and they really do. They have the destiny in front of them to, as long as they continue to win games, they have a very good chance of locking up this division and getting that NFC South crown. But looking at it, obviously the Falcons are right there, and they're probably our biggest threat to the NFC South. The Saints and the Panthers have been so up and down this year with personnel decisions, injuries, guys just not playing very well. Obviously, with the Panthers firing their head coach. So that team is kind of, looking towards next year already. The Saints, again, inconsistencies at quarterback, injuries on defense, and just haven't played up to their typical standards. And then the Falcons really have been, the surprise team in this division, really been competing very well. And you look at their schedule, they've had a lot of close games. Starting off with the first 2 weeks only losing, 1 point, and then by 4 points, both against the Saints and the Rams, and then very close victories, wins over Seattle, a win over Cleveland, obviously losing to us in close fashion, beating San Francisco, which is a very quality win when you look at San Francisco and how they've been playing. Obviously losing to Cincinnati, beating Carolina. But yeah, I mean, the point is, again, very close games in which they have been in pretty much every game and really competing well. Got a win against Chicago this past week. And when you look at the remainder of their schedule, again, a lot of winnable games. Washington coming up, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Baltimore is going to be tough. You got Arizona, and then obviously Tampa Bay at the end of the year. This game right here could decide, the NFC South. And then let's look at the Saints as well. And again, it's been more up and down for them, and their remaining schedule is a little bit tougher where you factor in San Francisco this week, and then the Bucs the following week, and then Atlanta, Cleveland, Philadelphia. So again, tough stretch. So it will be interesting, but going back to the standings, the Buccaneers have just been a little bit better, and obviously at 5-5, starting to find some type of rhythm on offense. And you see there 183 points. That's the lowest of out of the four teams in the division. But the defense has been the difference, only allowing 180 points. Positive net, as far as differential. Home record, has been okay, 3-3, but they've been the best team on the road inside the division, which is good. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a stretch, tough stretch down here to the end. We'll see if the Buccaneers can just keep pulling away and gain some distance. Again, they have the game in hand. So will it come down to the end as far as we look at that last game against the Bucs and Falcons? It'll be interesting, but just want to provide an update on the NFC South. I think the Buccaneers have a very good chance, taking this division if they can just take care of business. And it starts this week against the Cleveland Browns. And yeah, I mean, it should be a fun fight to the end here as we see who comes out on top of the NFC South. What do you guys think? Do you think it's the Bucks division to lose? Do you think it's going to be closer than a lot of people expect going down the stretch here? So should be a lot of fun to see how it all plays out. But with that said, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below what you guys think of the NFC South so far, and how it's going to shape out for our Buccaneers. And with that said, until the next one.